Now then, family ammo, welcome back to another video on Jazz TV. Today, a little something different. I'm on foot today, I'm not in the car, driving. Pleasant change. Today I'm going to talk about judging and what I think of judging, what I think's going on with the judging. It's getting a lot of scrutiny recently. Seeing in some of the big fights, people going on about judging. I think there's a few different answers to it, and the first one is, do I think there's corruption going on with the judging? No. I think there's biases that goes on naturally because I'm a man and he understands how a man feels, and if I'm watching someone and I like someone and they're fighting, it's natural for me to have a favourite like it is for you and everyone else. So I understand that there can be biases there. Would I go as far as say these professional judges are that relaxed in the job and they're that comfortable, got their feet under the table that much, that they will go towards their biases with no care for the backlash? No, I don't believe that. Even with the lack of accountability, do I think that judging would be a bit more honest and fair if they was held accountable to their decisions? I don't know. Because then again, you can't say that would be corruption, wouldn't it? If you had to be accountable for your own decisions and now you're being more honest, that just means that you're being corrupt all along. But I don't think they are being corrupt. What I think is that they're being, some of them, I don't like saying it like this, but I feel like some of them are not good enough for the job. I've been in fights before. I've never been on the wrong end of a bad decision like that. As a professional, as an amateur, I have. As a professional, I've never been in that situation. But I've been in situations where I fought Lee Woods a few years ago and I won by 1 point. Anyone who's there, anyone who watched it, and even myself, in the fight, you're going into later rounds, you know where you are with the rounds, and you know what the score is around about. You like your 1 or 2 rounds correct, right or wrong, 1 or 2 rounds either way, and I felt like I was comfortably winning that fight to the point where I didn't have to force for the stoppage, I didn't have to press the fight. Probably lost the last round because I didn't have to push, but I think if I had to, I actually believe I could have forced the stoppage if I was that desperate to get it. But when the judge's decision came out, I only won the fight by one round, 1 point. And I think it might have been a 10-8 rounds in there somewhere for me. And if that didn't happen, the fight would have been a draw and his title was on the line and I wouldn't have got his title. So therefore, I was so close to him. I was so close to feeling what that felt like. I've never been in that situation on a grand scale. So the heartbreak and the anger, I don't really feel it, you know what I mean, like some fighters do. We had a fight just recently, we had Josh Taylor against Jack Cattle. I didn't watch the fight, but I did watch a watch along. I'm not going to say the names because I didn't agree with what they were doing, and what I felt like they was doing was every decision that they were making, everything they were talking about was based on the last fight. And after the last fight, they believed that, like most people believe, that Jack Cattle won the fight, and I could see that they didn't want to give Taylor anything because they believed that it was some sort of justice but for this to go on, you know what I mean? Which is also wrong, isn't it? They're not judges. But what I do know about people who are boxing fans and judges, one thing saying, here's what I'd do if I was in that situation. You're not in that situation. Trust me, you're not in that situation. What you think that you do in that situation, you wouldn't, because you can't. And then people who are in that situation are doing what they can because based on their experience and their lessons and their knowledge, that's how they do it, you know what I mean? So it's easy to say, innit? If I was sitting there ringside for one of the biggest British boxing fights ever, or a world title fight, I'd just give it like this. But you wouldn't, because you'd see it totally different. You'd have your pressure glasses on, and you'd be just a little bit more cautious, therefore you'd be a bit more anxious and nervous about submitting that final score. Maybe you go a little bit safer sometimes with the decision. So that's another thing to look out for, you know, what you think that you do and what you actually do, and then what you can do. They're different things altogether. So not long ago we had Nick Ball fighting Ray Vargas. We've seen worse decisions in boxing, but Nick Ball won that fight. Now in this 5 versus 5, this is not like, right, it's a matchroom show. So the judges, they're going to be biased towards the matchroom people. It's like, it's a free-for-all. That Saudi money's floating around, so it's like, who cares? Whoever wins, whoever loses, they all get paid. But the truth is, no, that's not correct, because the people who are going to suffer is the fighter. Likes of Nick Ball, he's been going into this as a unification fight, but he's not going in there to fight for Ray Ford's title. So it affects the fighters' careers, it affects the fighters' lives moving forward, and yeah, there's no accountability for the judges. I would like to see some accountability for the judges. I think that's where it's going. I've seen Eddie Hearn saying something about maybe we have the judges being held accountable. I've seen that in an interview, but I don't know. What do you think about that? I know a lot of people, we're all armchair fans, aren't we? At the end of the day, we're all armchair fans, and then we watch it and we believe everyone should see it how we see it, but it's not always the case. But yeah, I hope there's somewhere, I hope the judges are spot on the weekend with the 5 versus 5. I hope everyone gets the cause like they should. That's all I ask for when I go into a fight. All I ask for is the judges competent and he's honest. If he's incompetent and he gets it wrong, I'll happily accept that, knowing he was wrong, but he just tried his best. You know what I mean? And he just looked at everything. He didn't switch off. He concentrated and done the minimum that he should do. And you're happy with that, aren't you? If he got it wrong, fair enough. But if he got it wrong by being honest, I can accept that. But yeah, going into this fight, the Saudi 5 versus 5 this weekend, some great matchups. Brilliant the way they've advertised it. Sort of Guy Ritchie style, brilliant. Who your predictions in the comments there? 5 winners. Who have you got? Only choose the winners, no sitting on the fence. It's got to go one way or the other. But yeah, judges, what do you think? Is there a space there for the next judge? Is there a space for a spare judge? Not like a spare judge who judges all the way along in the fight, and then we score up throughout the rounds. And if one of them's getting it well wrong, we take him out and we swap his scorecard for the other judge to come in there. Who knows? I don't know. Any ideas what you think? But anyway, that's my opinion on the judges. It's a tough job. I've done it in the white collar scene with no pressure on me. I've refereed in the white collar scene, no pressure on me. And it's a hard job. It's not easy. It's not as easy as you think it would be, and what you think you do. Like I said, and what you do, they're different things. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for all liking, subscribing and leaving them comments. Have a lovely day.